Hello and welcome to my first video of 2015. I was watching a cosplayer earlier called, or named, goes by, Courtoon, made a video about her New Year's resolutions. So I figured I would go ahead and do something similar, but not quite the same. I am not one to usually do New Year's resolutions because they're a little silly to me unless they're really big goals that you really want to hit. I feel like you should be hitting goals all the time. There's not really a really good reason to pick the new year to do it other than it being a date, something you can set, something you say, before the next new year comes around, I want to have this thing done. So, going with that idea, I guess I'll make a goal for this year as Kritzkrieger. Um, a couple goals, actually. I want to my biggest New Year's resolution is that I want to make at least one video per week. So that's a promise to myself, to viewers, whatever. My goal is to make at least 52 videos this year. So far, all I've really done on YouTube are a few unboxings for Loot Crate and unboxing and review for the Razer Nabu, which may or may not be returned soon. If you're curious why, check out the review. But I plan on making at least one video per week. That could be an unboxing, it could be more reviews, it could be just a kind of video log of what's going on. With that, my other goals are to expand my content, even if it is just talking about different things that I've experienced, movies I've seen, or products I've used. I like the idea of the review that I did for the Nabu. It was honest, it's straightforward, and it follows the format of my normal videos where I click record and I start talking. I like the idea of it being straightforward. It's me and you. I'm not editing anything out. I'm not playing any games with it. It's just a one-way conversation that hopefully you can respond in the comments and see what happens. If you want the two-way conversation, I stream with Half Empty Energy Tank right now. Part of having a New Year's resolution is realizing what you did the year before. So there's a couple of things, personal and business-like, that I did. I've been working in my real job for over 2.5 years now. So that's, well, just about 2.5 years now. And that's going well, getting raises and promotions. I'm training in new things. I'm actually a quality assurance tester, senior quality assurance tester. But I've been doing a lot of work with other things the past few months and training with some different things. So maybe at some point this year, I won't be a tester anymore. I'll be something else. One of the things I did last year, at the very end of last year, was move into a new apartment. So if you check out some of my older videos where I was opening loot crates and such, you'll see that I was in a different space. This one has a little bit more space. I moved in with my best friend. Goes by Rick Rock online most of the time. But my setup, as you can see, is a little different. I've got bookshelves behind me. I had to get a second bookshelf because I had too many books at the other location. I had bookshelves around the walls instead of a standalone bookshelf like that. One of them did come with me, but the other is brand new, and most of my books are up. And I can say that compared to my Steam backlog, I have read at least a majority of my books. I'd say probably at least 70 or 80% of these books on these shelves, I've read them. There's still a bunch to get to. For example, these books right here, I got most of those when I was working at Big Huge Games. Somebody gave away a lot of sci-fi novels, and a lot of other people weren't really picking them up, so I picked up a big scoop. I've read 3 or 4 of them now, but there's a whole bunch of reading still to do there, so that should be awesome. That's one of my goals this year as well, is to read more. I have always been an avid reader, but the past year, I didn't read as many books as I usually do. And I'd like to change that. Pick up some more of these books that I haven't read yet, some new books, some different books that I haven't read or even heard of, and classics that I never got around to. Things like Dune, excuse me, and Foundation. I haven't read them. I own Foundation. It's somewhere up on that shelf, probably right around there, I think, or there. I forget where the sci-fi books end. Anyway, that's silly. So I want to make a video a week. I want to expand my content. I want to read more. Hopefully, progress in my real job, because I don't make any money from this. That's for sure. I barely made any content so far. Maybe that'll change one day. Also, this past year, I moved into a new apartment. Been doing new things at work, and I started streaming with Half Empty Energy Tank. They're a really cool group of people. Right now, they are streaming 2 shows per night every weeknight. So that's 6 hours of content because they're 3-hour blocks from 7 p.m. Eastern to 1 a.m. And I am doing the Tuesday shift. Currently playing indie games because I think there's a lot of potential in the indie game market, and I'm focused on PC right now. That's another thing I would like to look at for this year is getting a better capture card. And I don't mean probably not an Elgato or an external one. I want to upgrade my desktop to have an internal capture card to reduce that delay and be awesome. So those are my big goals: is to be able to capture more than just the PC, to make a video a week, to get my streaming up and going really nicely, to further my professional life and my real job, and to read more. I always have a goal to play more games, but that's hardly a New Year's resolution. Big old backlog of Steam games, big old stack of games over here that still need to be played. Not nearly the collection you'll see with other people. I got to pick up my N64 again and play some more of those games. I only actually have 2 games for my N64, Zelda and Zelda. It's pretty funny, but along these lines, when I make these new videos, hopefully I'll have a lot of cool things to talk about. For example, today, the Majora's Mask limited edition came out, and I missed out on pre-ordering it. So hopefully there will be more. There was a whole runaround where I waited to see if Best Buy was going to get it because I have their discount program. Turns out they don't. Sold out at Amazon and GameStop, the only ones who actually are going to have it, except for Fry's Electronics, which is nowhere around here. So I went to a GameStop store to see if they had a separate stock, because some people online reported they did, and they said they couldn't do it. The first GameStop said they couldn't do it all day, which can't be true because people I know that wouldn't lie told me otherwise. I called another GameStop and they told me more would be up in the morning, so I guess we'll see. And maybe I'll talk about that more next week when I make my next video. But it's a really cool limited edition. It comes with a figurine of the Skull Kid. And while Majora's Mask is not my favorite Zelda game, it was built on probably my second or third favorite, which is Ocarina of Time. My favorite is A Link to the Past. But I'm really excited to play it again. I do have it on the N64, but it'll be cool to play it in a new format and see what changes they have made to the new game. But I'm kind of rambling on now. The whole point of this video was my New Year's resolutions. I'm getting sidetracked, but hopefully you'll like what you see, or you will like what you see when I improve my videos and make more content. Talking about any range of things. If you have any feedback or you want to see something in particular, please let me know what you'd like to see me talk about. Comment, give me feedback, but always be respectful. It's my one rule. I do always have comments on approval only because at this rate I'm not getting a ton of comments at a time, so I can moderate them myself, and I want to make sure that everyone's respectful. If you have a problem with that, let me know. Please check out my Facebook, check out Twitter, and subscribe here. More than that, please check out Half Empty Energy Tank. They're really awesome people, and they stream all the time. They do some really cool things, especially the Mega Manathon, which is coming up at MagFest on January 23rd. MagFest 13. I'm so excited for that. If you're going to be there, let me know. It's going to rock. If you don't know what MagFest is, I'm sorry. But you need to educate yourself and go to magfest.org and find out, because it is amazing. It is probably the coolest gaming festival in the world. Universe, multiverse. It's pretty awesome. It's 24 hours a day, so it starts this year on a Friday and goes to, or yes, Friday goes to Monday. Doesn't close. Concerts going, vendor room, arcade with a ton of arcade machines and pinball machines, all kinds of cool stuff. Consoles, tournaments, cosplay roast. Just, it's amazing. If you don't know what it is, look it up. If you're going to be there, let me know, and let's meet up and have some fun. Uh, but I think that's all I'll say for now. Check me out in the future. Check out Heat, Half Empty Energy Tank, and I'll see you, maybe, at MagFest.